All right, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Okay. How's everybody's Friday today? I had a bit of an experience earlier this week. The AC in my car went out. Yeah, you might want to get that popcorn ready, dude. There was a fair bit of stuff that happened over this past week or so in gaming, too. Let me find everything. There was a couple of tabs that I forgot to open. And I forgot the links, so now I will have to find out something. There was some stuff related to gaming that I forgot to pull up, so I'm just trying to find that right now. Okay. And then there was some other minor stuff, but yeah, my car lost AC over this past week, a couple of days ago. So I had to take it to the dealership, and they called me today, said that my car was ready, but I was at work, so I'll have to go pick that up tomorrow. Luckily, in this case, I'm lucky because I fell for the scam, so to speak, and bought the extended 100,000-mile warranty, which worked out for me because I ended up with a rock in my AC condenser, and it's only going to cost me about $100 to fix it. So that's one thing that I don't necessarily have to worry about with regards to that kind of stuff. At least not right now. Excuse me. Ugh. But yeah, it kind of sucked because if you don't know, my commute from where I live to where I work is about an hour and a half. So I had to drive an hour and a half when it went out with no AC. And it was fine on my way to work, which probably was the last of the coolant that was in my car, and then it all leaked out, and so now there's nothing. And then I had to drive 45 minutes to the dealership because I live in the middle of nowhere in Texas, so I had to drive 45 minutes to the nearest car dealership that would service my car, and then they were able to fix it. But so, yeah, there's also some updates going on here in the gaming world. And I managed to get my hands on the new game called Echoes of Aincrad, which is the game that is based off the anime about a game, which is kind of interesting. So interestingly enough about the window thing, if you only roll down your front windows, all of that air gets buffeted in the back, and that makes your gas mileage worse. What I've found, and it is far more effective, at least for a four-door car, is you roll down the back windows a little bit, and then you let the air circulate from the back to the front. That way you're not blowing out your speakers, and you still get some kind of coolant, some kind of cooling air. Conversely, the other option is to roll down all four windows, and so that way the air can just circulate through. So, gameception. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the Echoes of Aincrad game is a single. Golly, I thought I turned that off. Is a single player game. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping that it would be a MMORPG, which it is not. I'm hoping in the future that they turn it into an MMO, because I think that would just be freaking sweet. And the cream on top for the whole thing was if they turned it into a VR MMO and then watch the game, watch the gameplay drop to practically nothing. Because nobody wants to get stuck in a video game, even though everybody knows that it's fake. There's always that, that perception like, hey, especially the watchers of the anime. I really hope and pray that they at least turn it into an MMO. Honestly. And I did kind of play through the tutorial a little bit, and it's not bad. I actually kind of like it. But without further ado, let's get into the stuff. And we're going to start off with something a little small. Some might even say minor in this case, as it involves the Roblox public safety rollouts that they've started doing. So Roblox, I wonder if this video is about that. Maybe we'll start with this video.
Safety features following
Let me know if you can hear it or if it needs to be turned up or turned down.
Concerns about children using the platform. Connecticut's Attorney General is investigating, calling it a predator's playground. But the
he's not wrong.
These new tools will help protect young users. NBC Connecticut's Julie LeBlanc details the difference.
I highly doubt that these new tools are going to save or protect anybody. Anytime that the tools like this have been brown dust too. Oh, is that the game you'd like to be stuck in? I've seen other streamers play it. I might have to at least look into it because I have no idea what it's about or what it is. And if it's like a certain other streamer's game, then it might be really risque to play. But back to the Roblox thing, I don't think anytime that they roll out tools that they say are going to help, they do anything but help, and it's just another layer of control to take over the internet.
Differences and how parents can pitch in.
I have enough for the cup stand.
This is 11-year-old Lucas.
It should have been up to
one of our own here at NBC Connecticut.
It should have been up to the parents from the get. There should never be any kind of surveillance like stuff like this, to be honest. I am all for parents taking control. I am not for the government taking control. And I've said it before, the worst thing you can hear when stuff arises is, hi, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. But that's a whole other conversation, and I don't do politics here.
Oh, I bought the cup stand.
Or at least I try not to.
Like more than 150 million people out there, he plays the game Roblox on a regular basis.
And honestly, as a side note, unless you have a small child that you're playing with, like a niece or a nephew or a son or daughter, there is no excuse.
You can't escape
Hey,
me.
Ben, thanks for the follow, dude.
I'll carve you up.
I appreciate the follow, dude. But yeah, and welcome. We are going over some video game news. Right now we're covering the Roblox thing and the updates for that. I forget what I was saying, but yeah, there should be no reason why an adult is playing Roblox. Hands up, that's picnic basket inspection. Hey, boo-boo. Look at that picnic basket. There should be no adult that plays Roblox unless they are playing it with a small child family member, such as a parent with their child or a aunt or uncle with their niece or nephew. Beyond that, unless you're developing a game as a job, there should be no reason for the adult playing, honestly. And I appreciate the follows over on the YouTubes and Kick as well. Thank you very much, dude. You are all over the place, dude. And I do appreciate it.
It's really addicting sometimes. And
Oh, he said the magic words. It's addicting. Hey, Elucidator, what's going on, dude? Appreciate the lurk, man. This kid said it first sentence. I'm addicted. Bear does what a bear does, but only the bare necessities, right?
like I can just never pass up on it.
But since it's
He can never pass up on it, which means he probably stole his mother's credit card on at least a couple of occasions to buy them Robux.
inception, the company has faced more than 100 lawsuits, citing the dangers it poses.
I didn't know there was that many. I just knew of the couple around the country. I didn't know there were so many in or from his daddy, right? Well, I mean, usually in these kinds of family situations, separate from what we're going to talk about as far as gaming goes, a lot of times these days especially, it's a single family home or a single parent home, and it's usually the kid staying with the mother, and the mother has to do everything, and so there's no dad around to, enforce the rules or the law, or which traditional is he go off to work and the mom, police the family, so to speak. And you don't have that in these single parent households, and so these kids just go around all over the place. And with typically the only parent being the mother, the kid is going to steal the mother's credit card objectively more oftentimes. Just from that's usually the one parent standard.
Is to young children who may come in contact with strangers with bad intentions. For Lucas,
it's
he can
almost a
remember
guarantee.
one close call.
Someone was talking to my friend, and then because we didn't know who they were. Stayed in the game for 10 seconds, and then we left.
More severe.
At least that kid has a head on his shoulders, leaving after 10 seconds. I tell my other siblings that have kids, young kids of the Roblox age, or when they were of the Roblox age, I would tell them, only play with your friends on here and people that you know in real life. Don't go hanging around with people at random, because you're just asking for problems.
Cases of things like that push the company to launch an update, now requiring all users to prove their age by uploading a
My mom is that so she could beat your ass?
government ID or using facial recognition.
Okay, so my age is between 9 and 12.
That's not going to change anything. That is not going to change anything unless this update is going to separate people out by the age of their accounts or the owner of the accounts. And even then, you can lie on your account. There is not one account that I have online that tells my real age or my real name. As far as my Google email addresses are concerned, I am 111 years old and my name is Bilbo Baggins. So you can lie on your accounts. They're not going to know any different. Actually, by Google's tally right now, I'm about 140 years old because I was 111 when I created that account. So, oh yeah, you could easily hold up a picture. Just a picture. Facial recognition is worse at recognizing faces than an infant. An infant has better facial recognition. And I do smoke the finest shit in the Shire. You are absolutely correct, sir.
Then it assigns you to one of three groups. There's Roblox Kids for children 5 to 8 years old, where all chats are...
If you're letting your kid play at 5 to 8 years old, no. Not as a standard practice. Absolutely not. At that age, they should be climbing trees and jumping out of them and pretending they're Batman, like I did. That's what a 5 to 8 year old should be doing. And 9 through 15, they should be digging holes, filling them with water, and then getting a job or trying to sell lemonade on the side of the road. What does that even mean, dude? Oh, that's your name on online. Gotcha. Same kind of thing.
are disabled unless parents change it. Roblox Select for ages 9 through 15, where certain chats are allowed with limitations, and the generic Roblox for ages 16 and up.
And for the record, 16 and up is still a minor. So they shouldn't even, if they're going to do it, they shouldn't even let kids at the age of 16 join either. So I don't know why they think it's okay at 16 to interact with a grown adult who might have bad intentions. That makes less than no sense to me. Okay. So let's watch the rest of this.
Where chat is not restricted.
Chat should absolutely still be restricted. And honestly, at 16, like I said, they shouldn't be playing Roblox at all.
Child's time on the platform, which the founder of the Technology Addiction Center.
At 16, they should be having real addictions like smoking behind the 7-Eleven. No, don't do that. That's a horrible advice. Don't actually do that.
Caters to their underdeveloped brains.
It understands dopamine. That's the only
Overload of dopamine so they get addicted to it.
thing it speaks, and whatever delivers that dopamine, especially in young children with that prefrontal cortex, which is our brain.
And I'll bet you that's why that's why everybody these days under the age of 25 says, "But I'm just a whatever because my prefrontal cortex hasn't fully developed yet." No, it has. It's developed. You're just incapable of taking responsibility for your own decisions. Because the dough must flow. All right, Paul Atreides, you trying to make the spice flow now? If I ever hand my child a tablet, it's going to be locked down so bad. Yes. Actually, better yet, if you're going to hand them a tablet, it better be made of stone and have the 10 Commandments on it.
Work. They want to stop. It doesn't know how to stop.
So experts are encouraging parents to have honest conversations with their children, to limit their time on the platform and who they may encounter while they're on it.
The approach would be more of a conversation.
And actually, you don't even, I mean, you should have the talk. And even if you don't want to, just tell them, do not play with anybody but your real life friends. And you'll save yourself all the headache in the world. So I don't know why like parents don't just do that. Just say, hey, only play with the people that you actually know.
Conversation of, okay, what happened today on the game, and what are some things that
getting a wrap up would be a good idea too.
Something that makes them feel uneasy, like Lucas, they will share that information with their parents.
Nice.
But for now, many are hoping the updates.
The FA, but they don't want to FO. Exactly.
I think that's a good feature they added.
Comes in unlooped. So when I was in the military, our slogan, and we actually were forced to change it as it got closer, after 2010. We were actually forced to change it, but our slogan for our unit was Bohica, and I'll actually type it in the Kick chats since that seems to be the most active right now. It was... And that stands for bend over, here it comes again. And that's referring to the unwelcomed situations, we'll call it. And then we were finally forced to change it because some sensitive people were complaining about it. And so we had to change it. Officially, we changed it. We still said that all the time. So, yeah, the consequences is very, very rarely very rarely friendly. I actually watched a Caleb Hammer video that was all about that today. It was about a week ago that video I was talking about. This lady just did not want to take accountability for her spending.
because like
She was
you
like
can
the
never
perpetual
trust
blue-haired
anybody.
victim.
Now, once you take part in the facial recognition check, videos and images are deleted from the platform for privacy reasons. Now, users who haven't completed an age check cannot chat on Roblox regardless of their age.
Well, at least they've done that. I wouldn't, honestly, if you're going to implement it that way, I just wouldn't let my kid verify, and then it won't be a problem.
We're in the studio. Julia LeBlanc.
But then again, you're preventing chat. I've seen some of the custom clothing that you can put on your Roblox character, and even that can be suggestive and disgusting. The good old bit in. Yeah, pretty much.
NBC Connecticut News.
Two glasses still couldn't see accountability. Pretty much, dude. All right, we don't need to watch that one because it's unrelated. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the Roblox, and I think that video summed up this whole article quite nicely. So that's the new thing going on with the Roblox situation. All right, and next up, where is it? There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So Microsoft, in its infinite wisdom, including Xbox, has said they're going to cut 4,800 jobs and overhaul Xbox entirely. And I saw some stuff online recently that was borderline glazing the new CEO. And I think she's just doing it just enough to limp it along to finish out the next console launch, maybe, and everything that they have in the current pipeline, and then they're going to dismantle it. So this is just my guess. I would guess that unless they do a drastic thing based on what they saw PlayStation do, I'm going to say that by 2030, we won't have any Xboxes. That's just my guess. They played Escape from... Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of stuff I was getting at. You can prevent chat, but you can't prevent things like the names of games and character designs, like the Diddy stuff. The Diddy games had a huge... Yeah, they still do. They still do. I would not only in their customer base, but in their client base, like their advertisers and stuff like that. And clearly some of the people that make these games are that way as well. So I'm going to bet that they still have a massive problem. And unrelated, well, tangentially related to the Roblox thing, I had heard a while back that the CEO was wanting to turn Roblox into a dating thing, like Second Life is now, and kick all the kids off of it. Or not kick all the kids off of it. It wanted to make it like an all-inclusive kind of dating thing. Yeah. Yup. Exactly. Wood chipper go brrr. Meanwhile, a YouTube chat full of adults censored to oblivion. Well, that's the difference between Google and Roblox, dude. Google just doesn't want you to say anything, and Roblox lets people do way too much. That's just my observation, though. But like I was saying, I would bet that somewhere around 2030, we won't have any more Xboxes. Or they'll do the Sega Genesis thing, and they'll only make games. I got the new Concrete 11s. I haven't seen or made that joke, dude, since I started hearing about the mafia and the mob run in Vegas and New York, and I would make those jokes all the time. But it's been a minute since I've even seen a Concrete Shoes joke. That's pretty funny. But I would bet, like I was saying, 2030, no more Xbox, or at least only games, because part of this overhaul, and we'll see it here in a bit, is Xbox or Microsoft, specifically Xbox, is either separating out or selling off completely some of their design studios, and giving back control of the leading franchises back to the developers, like Oblivion, the guys, Obsidian, sorry, the guys that make Fallout and Oblivion. They're getting back their games, and they're going to start. The rumor is they're going to start making like a Fallout 5, and it's going to, in some kind of way, the timing is going to work out with the new Fallout series, I think is what I heard. Stumbled over a video of Roblox where kids played a horror game setting in Victorian age with Jack the Ripper and other stuff. Yeah, yep, I've seen that game. I was playing with like my niece and nephew, and we saw that game. It wasn't like super like gory, but the basic imagery was there. I think, though, my personal favorite game that I played with them was like you have to like jump off a cliff and see how many bones you can break. It's just like a ragdoll game. It's for me it was funny. Oh, now you're lurking on YouTube. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. Elucidator is everywhere. Dude is starting to be like an American Express, man. He's everywhere. All right, let's see if this video is kind of the same way as the other one.
AI Weekly.
Oh, geez, it's loud.
Samsung flagged a 19-fold jump in second quarter profits from a year earlier. The South Korean giant estimates projections sent prices for ET AI bonanza will last.
Okay, so that's just AI stuff in general. All right, so the overall summary here is Microsoft said they are cutting about 2% of its workforce and eliminated roles not replaced by AI, or not being replaced by AI, and the gaming unit is cutting 32,000 roles or employees, and they're divesting or getting rid of 5 studios. I don't know anything about Assassin's Creed Unity. I know Black Flag just released, and actually, let's take a look at that, because I'm kind of curious how it was doing. Black Flag Resync Steam DB. Okay, let's see. How are they doing? Ooh, not good. Not good at all. Let's see. It released yesterday, and in 24 hours, it has 68,000 positive reviews, or 68% positive reviews, and 62,000 people playing currently. Well, you hearing it being half and half does seem to be about accurate. But you would think with all the hype, screen black dumpster fire. Dude, that's funny. I like that. That's hilarious. Oh, man. I knew it was going to be bad. I just thought with all of the hype that they were doing to it that it would be doing better. But I guess with everything that's been going on that they did to the game, like uglifying the NPCs and just in general everything that Ubisoft has been doing to their games and to their customer base lately has just been nothing but bad. And honestly, I'm not surprised. I've actually been kind of crapping on Ubisoft for about 6 months now, off and on. I think this is probably the 4th time I've actually... I've done like 2 or 3 videos on Ubisoft specifically, and this is probably the 4th time I've brought them up at all recently. So with everything they've done, they kind of earned this. Let's check the charts. Oof. All-time peak was less than 100,000. And their highest in 24 hours, which was basically the game release, was 82. So 100,000 people bought the game and played it. And then in less than a couple of hours, it started to fall off and never really recovered. Interesting. But I'm guessing you guys saw all of the... I have not heard how the Ubisoft symbol was created. I'm curious if you know. I'm curious to hear it. But what was I going to look up? I've forgotten. But yeah, so they've not been doing too well for themselves. Someone saw his dog shit. Dude, that's hilarious. That's funny, dude. Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. That's pretty free. Oh, yeah, I remember. Did you guys see how much of the how much DLC they have for this game already? Or for like paywall DLC? Let me bring it up real quick. Steam. Let's search for Black Flag Resynced. Oh, right. I gotta fake my birthday. 1968. There we go. Okay, so you have your standard Resynced at $60, the deluxe edition at $70, and then I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can zoom in. So that way you guys can see it real good. They have all this DLC, right? And it's $10 each, and there's more. For all the DLC, just the DLC, $85. The game, $70. The DLC is priced out the game itself. Like, why? If you're gonna do this, like part out the DLC, the costume pack like this, put it in the deluxe edition, and then don't charge $10 a pop for it. Holy smokes! Like that makes it not a deal, to be honest. I don't know how they thought that was a good idea. So, I mean, I would like to think so. That's how it used to be. All right, let's see. What does the... All right, so here's what the deluxe edition comes with. It comes with the naval pack. Excuse me. And it comes with some character trinkets and bullshit. Here, it comes with boat stuff, boat cosmetics, and sailor, assassin, pirate cosmetics, and that's it. Yeah, that tracks actually. That really tracks. So that's what's going on with Assassin's Creed. I mean, Ubisoft's greed. And so Microsoft is also pushing for more AI. set to top $700 billion are piling pressure on companies to show returns from the technology and offset the rising cost of rolling it out across their businesses. Other companies have also laid off thousands of employees this year, blah, 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 blah. A lot more AI spending. So they're just going to be like pushing a lot of AI stuff. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? About 2% of its global workforce, which is a lot of people, including a large number of Xbox workers. Layoffs included 1,600 Xboxers, with more to come. So there's even more. Our business today is not healthy. No, because you price gouge and nickel and dime everybody to death. Of course it's not healthy. The Ubisoft, what do you mean? What specifically about the Ubisoft stuff? Like the Steam DB stuff? Is that what you're wanting? Or were you looking for like a specific article about Ubisoft? If you want the overall history of stuff about Ubisoft that I've talked about in the past, I do have... Oh, I didn't say that. You did. The logo found in the picture. The logo found in the picture. Yeah, we're going to get into the subscriptions and stuff. Oh, can you post a link? If you want, if you type it in chat and then put a space between the between the address and then the .com. So if it's like Ubisoft.com, if you put Ubisoft space .com, you should be able to still post a link. If that doesn't work, you can try sending it to me on Discord, and then I'll bring it up on the web pages. There you go. And then anybody, all right, let me grab this link and we'll see what's up. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So here's what Ben was talking about. I'll bring this up so you guys can see it because it is kind of funny. I won't lie. There you go. There's what he was talking about. Oh, it timed you out for the link. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, man. I am so sorry, dude. I hope you're still here. All right. I lifted the timeout. You're good. All right, you should be back to talking now. Yeah, no problem. So you have to put it between the, here, let me show you. If you're going to do like x.com, you got to do it between, you're going to do like the X and then the space.com like that. So that way it doesn't show up as a link. And that should alleviate any future issues. But yeah, this is the post that Ben was talking about for those of you that can't see. Bad Ben. Oh man. Oh, yeah. Y'all is crazy. All right, let me do one more thing real quick. All right, sorry about this. There was one more thing I forgot to do earlier, so I'm doing it now, and I apologize. Okay. Oh, yes. The dookie from the top. And there's also a bunch of allegations of nepotism, too, because...
You can't escape me!
Oof.
I'll carve you up!
Mythoskier, appreciate the follow, dude. Appreciate it. What's going on, man? All right, but yeah, there was some allegations of nepotism going on at Ubisoft. You want a kick deal? We all want a kick deal. We all want a kick deal. But yeah, so there was some allegations of nepotism a while back because when Ubisoft split up into 5 design houses, the CEO put his son in charge of the main one, which is now currently co-owned by Tencent Games. I would rather you didn't post any TikTok links. In fact, I would rather you didn't post any links at all. Hypomanic? I don't know anything about the Ubisoft CEO's son. I just know that he's the son, and that he was put in charge of the design house that Tencent owns a large portion of. And so there was allegations of nepotism. But that's old news. They say the business is not healthy. Of course not, because the guy that was there before didn't help, and this new lady, I don't think she's doing that hot of a job either. And they're not divesting their 5 studios because they want to. They're doing it because they have to. Info in the end of 2019. Oh, Tencent actually owns a lot of stuff, dude. Like when I was doing my previous video on Ubisoft several months ago, I was shocked at how much stuff that Tencent actually owns. It was shocking. Like they actually own a fair bit of Epic Games. We are operating at margins that are 3 to 10 times lower than comparable platform. Sharma says the industry in which Xbox competes with Sony PlayStation and Nintendo Switch is facing severe hardware crisis. Well, everybody is. Honestly, it's not just them, but they're blaming it all on the hardware, whereas, Nintendo doesn't have the problem, or at least it isn't as big, and neither does PlayStation. PlayStation has its own host of problems. I want them to get stuff taken down and left and right, and I didn't notice how serious they were. Yeah. Yeah, they own a large portion of a lot of the gaming stuff in Epic too. So like the Unreal Engine, Tencent has their finger in that pie. I believe they also have I think they own Candy Crush. Let me see. Let's just do a quick search for it. What does Tencent games own? We'll just do a quick Google search that way. Let's see if we get a list. Wholly owns, they own Riot Games. They own Supercell, so your Kingslayer game. They own that. Clash of Clans. They own the developer of Path of Exile. I don't know. I mean, he's only in charge of the design studio. He doesn't own any of the, he doesn't run any of the main company. It's a family company, but I believe his, I can't remember which one of the CEOs died. I can't remember if it was the dude's uncle or his father, but one of them died, and then the other one took over. Yep. Clash of Clans, the developer of Path of Exile. They also own the company that does Call of Duty Mobile. They also do Apex. They also own part of Apex Legends, Sonic Team Racing. This Norwegian developer of Conan Exiles and Dune, whatever that is. That's not something I've heard of. Dude, the wine moms play Candy Crush like nobody's business. Can Elon buy them next? Actually, I have no way of confirming it, but I suspect that part of the deal that Trump did with China was related in some part of this, because there's a fair bit of American companies that Tencent actually owns. And I'm pretty sure part of the deal was China had to divest from some of this stuff. Yeah, like a lot of the moms, like the middle-aged moms, play Candy Crush. They also own mini clip games, so a lot of your mobile games, they own them. This Techland, developer of Dying Light, and this developer of Rhyme, this Tequila Works. Since American influence expanding. China, China, China. They're really good people over there in China. That's about as good as a Donald Trump as I can do. So they own 40% of Epic. They own 5% of Ubisoft, which is part of that deal that I was talking about. And they own 5% of Activision Blizzard. And they own 30% of the studio that owns Baldur's Gate 3. Probably, if that's the studio you're thinking of. So any of those games that when you play them, it pops up with that mini clip logo, that's them. They own Krafton, or they hold a stake in Krafton, which is PUBG. They also have investments in Remedy Entertainment, Paradox Interactive. They own a portion of From Software. So those of you that are Elden Ring fans, they got a piece of that pie. Like I said, Krafton, and then Fat Shark. So those of you that have played and enjoy Vermintide, they own that one too. Oh, dude, I don't think they owned it at the time, but they own it now. I don't think they owned it at the time. And then they also publish other games and markets and stuff like that. This Arena of Valor, Synced, and Don't Starve. So they actually own a little bit of everybody's pie right now. So something to think about it for those of you that are big haters of China. I don't know that I hate them. I don't know. I don't like the fact that they own 84% of Supercell. Not that I'm a big Clash of Clans player anymore. I haven't played Clash of Clans in over a decade. But yeah, something to think about. Nearly 3 years ago, so they were buying up all these things, and 3 years ago, Microsoft closed a $69 billion deal to acquire Activision Blizzard. So I guess they co-own it with Tencent and other franchises. Because I remember, yeah, they went on a huge buying streak there for a while. They were buying up every freaking studio they could get their greedy little mitts on. And then they turned all of those awesome game franchises to absolute doo-doo. European EU voted for full chat control of what? So now they're peeking in on your guys' text messages? Dude, that sucks. I knew it was bad over there. I didn't know it had gotten to like crazy, we're going to be looking over your shoulder all the time bad. I knew it was bad as in like they see you everywhere you go, but now it's they see everything you send. God, that sucks, dude. And I don't suppose there's anything that you guys can do to get around that, can you? You in 1984 says hello. That is correct, sir. Absolutely. Britain was the test petri dish. Yeah. And like, I don't like getting too far into politics, but since this is I have friends that like either visit over there pretty regularly or they live there now. So we're going to go off on this little tangent. It's getting to the point where you guys are going to have to like import our little products that we're famous for that the rest of the world hates that we own the majority of. And I'm talking about guns. You guys are going to have to you guys are going to have to start sneaky importing like contraband American firearms at this point, dude, in order to get your country back. Hey, thanks for the sub, Spider Bro. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. And that was Mythosaur with the gift. So thank you, dude. Thanks for gifting the sub. Excuse me. Yeah, so I can't believe that it's actually that bad. The EU is literally based on the Soviet Union political system. I'll have to take your word for it, dude. I don't know anything about it. I know Mythosphere. Sorry. Yeah, I Mythosphere. Yeah, sorry, dude. My my reading is not so great. I don't have my glasses on. In fact, I should probably put those on right now. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. So many problems. The EU. Yeah. I think your immediate problem, though, and I'm not much of one for kings and emperors, given our country's history with them. But I think your king needs to grow a spine, dude, and just say no and send everybody back. Take back and consolidate his power back. Although with the way that y'all's king kind of is, I think he'd actually be in favor of the invasion you guys got going on. So maybe that wouldn't be such a good idea. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you import the third world. You become the third world. And like you said, you guys were the test petri dish. And wait, then who is the old guy that sits in the castle that you guys have? Or maybe I'm just thinking of England and I just assumed you were from England. And for that, I'm sorry if that's not the case. I just assumed. and that's my fault. And yeah, if so, that's my fault. That's what I get for assuming, right? Make an ass out of make an ass out of me. Oh. But yeah, that's what I get for assuming. Anyway, yeah, yeah. Do you guys have that crazy stuff over in? Well, wait. Before I continue and make myself even look stupider, whereabouts in Europe are you from, Ben? So I make myself less of an ass. I should have asked that first. In Germany, okay. Yeah, yeah. I would probably agree that it probably is. You guys had those crazy Christmas market attacks, didn't you? Because I was shocked to hear about those. I think that's probably uh, the worst news anybody could have received on Christmas, honestly, was hearing about that. And and I'll be honest, I have not kept up as probably as much on world events as I probably should, honestly. Because I have people ask me about it a fair bit, and I don't know a whole lot beyond obviously what I'm beyond my beyond where I live. So I don't know a whole lot what's going on. But let's see, multiple and everyday. Yeah, that's all over Europe. And we have the tainted judges here too. We have the same kind of court judges over here too, dude. It's just not as pronounced of an issue, but we do have our fair share of people committing heinous crimes and either just getting let off with a fine or getting like the minimal jail time. And I do agree that something needs to be done. It's now forbidden to carry a small EDC pocket knife, but they. Yep. We saw that. We saw that in England recently too. That England story though, that one was absolutely crazy. And why that one is getting such big, just getting so many eyes on it, while like the rest of Europe isn't, is pretty wild to me because I'm pretty sure everybody's seeing the same thing over there. And while the businesses created meaningful value, they did not grow at the pace they wanted. It is absolutely madness. You are correct, Spider Bro. Xbox cuts are in addition to a broader Microsoft layoffs that the software giant's chief people officer, Amy Coleman, tied to unspecific changes in customer needs. Well, that's like planetary. Like, give specifics. want to be in charge of the roles that are eliminated today and are not being replaced by AI. Layoffs followed voluntary buyouts. So they bought out a lot of employees, and they offered them to about a little less than 9,000 people in May, because they do two-tier justice, and the punish the few is hard to educate the rest. Yeah. Excuse me. Yep, that's true. And then you have the people that don't want to be educated, and they just outright refuse to learn. And like you said, they're starting to arrest the victims of the crime rather than the criminals. This week, don't you dare paywall me, you son of a bitch. No! I got paywalled. Okay, so that's all the Microsoft stuff. I actually wonder if I can find more stuff. That's what happens in America as well. Punish the good, let the evil walk. Yeah, pretty much. But like I said, it's not nearly as bad as over there in Europe, but it is bad. But yeah, they divested from a lot of their studios, selling them off for just get paywalled idiot. And I always look for like the non-paywalled ones, and when the paywall didn't show up right away, I didn't think it was on a timer. And also the cancel group, aka you get put on social media and publicly shamed so you can lose your job. Friends, etc. Yeah, there is a fair bit of that here too. I actually had somebody several years ago try to do that to me. And this was before I started streaming. I had said something that made the blue hairs upset. I guess over in Europe, I don't know if it's widely accepted in Europe, but I guess they call them quangos over there. I made one guy super upset, and he, because I had where I worked on my IRL Facebook page that I had at the time, and I had the place of where I worked on there. And they called my place of work and sent them a Facebook DM. It was like, hey, this guy said this mean thing on Facebook. And this guy didn't know that my direct supervisor at the time was going through the police academy and had very much the same or similar views to things that way that I saw things. In fact, he called me on the phone and was like, hey, when you come into work later, we have to have something to talk about. And I was like, okay, I'm not sure what I did. But he's like, no, don't worry, you're not in trouble. But it is something that I do need to make you aware of. So I get to work, knock on his door. I go in there. He's like, have a seat. And he's like, hey, so did you say this thing? I was like, yes, I did. He's like, yeah, I know, because the snowflake called me and told me that you said this mean thing. And I kind of laughed at him and hung up the phone on him. So I actually didn't get in trouble, but my boss thought it was funny. But that was the one and only time that somebody tried to cancel me. And since then, I don't put my place of business or places that I work anywhere on any social media ever again. And it's also why I VTube. Because when I first started, I was doing just generic news. And even though I tried to stay neutral, people still are going to find something to be upset about. So I didn't want my face plastered all over the place. And so I VTube to avoid that very issue. They can't come after you if they don't know who you are. So the Supreme Court is going to hear Apple's appeal of contempt in Epic Games lawsuit. So I guess Apple and Epic are going to go at it. Get mocked. Yeah. Oh, we laughed about it for 5 minutes, and he was like, "All right, you got to go get prepped for class," because I was a teaching assistant at a trade school at the time. And he's like, "All right, you got class to go prepare for, so you better get in there and start taking attendance in case the professor does or the teacher doesn't show up." So, yep, that's the one and only time it happened to me. The U.S. Supreme Court agreed on Tuesday to hear Apple's bid to escape being found in contempt in its legal fight with Fortnite maker Epic Games after the iPhone maker was deemed in violation of a judicial court order mandating sweeping changes to its lucrative app store in the antitrust litigation. Ooh. Yeah, apparently. Well, the left doxing groups are doing everything to get a hold of you. Yeah, and that's why I stay as anonymous as possible. It's why my online character that I put on everywhere either looks like he's from the future or he looks like Dante. And I actually, with the Dante thing, I actually had somebody comment on an image and said, "Oh man, Capcom's going to come after you and kick you square in the balls." I was like, no, they're not. They absolutely are not, because he doesn't look anything like Dante. And even the coat doesn't look the same. It's similar, but it is not the same. Granted, I am kind of riding the Power World line with that, but I don't care. Justices took up Apple's appeal of lower court's ruling upholding a decision by Oakland, California Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers. Geez, that is a long name. Finding Apple in contempt in Epic's 2020 lawsuit contesting App Store fees. Excuse me. The Supreme Court is expected to hear the case in its next term, which begins in October.
You can't escape me.
Hey, Neon. Thanks for following.
You up.
Appreciate the follow and welcome. We are currently discussing Epic and Apple's court fighting. I have 3 OCs, a bear, a tiefling, and some dude that's my shadow. Nice. Oh, that's the good morning pictures that you always post, isn't it, dude? All 3 of those were your characters? I thought those were like your friends or whatever, and you just kind of put them around a table. I didn't know all 3 of them were your characters. I suppose I should be perusing profiles better. Hey, Neon, so how's your Friday going? Supreme Court is expected to hear a case in October. Justices said they will hear Apple's appeal contending it cannot be held in contempt for allegedly violating the, quote, spirit of court injunction, but not an express provision. Apple is denied violating any prior court orders. Doing all right. Got done with my real job and had some dinner and came in here and fired up the stream, and now we're just kind of going over some video game news. Briefly went over some of the Microsoft stuff, covered some Roblox things, looked at the how piss poor Black Flag Resynced is doing, and looked at all of the stuff that Tencent actually owns. The justices said, blah, 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 this is an important question of law, and we are pleased the Supreme Court will hear our case. Well, when you throw enough money at a problem, they'll hear anything. Epic Games said in a statement, the company said that the Supreme Court will fight what it called junk fees Apple charges on third-party payments. Lower court judges, Epic said, have rightfully found Apple's fees to be illegal and anti-competitive, and will continue to defend free market. That's funny coming from Epic, which is largely owned by a Chinese communist company. But hey, that's just me. Yep. Let's see. The lawsuit by Cary, North Carolina-based Epic Games, challenged Apple's control over transactions and applications that uses the company's operating system and its restrictions on how apps are distributed. Apple and Epic have clashed for several years over the government rulings. The contempt ruling and the scope of Apple's court order obligations are the latest issues in the dispute to reach the Supreme Court. Apple said the legal issues in the litigation will affect how millions of app purchases are made. Give me 1 second here. I forgot that I didn't start any music. So give me a second to get that started. Cupertino-based Apple mostly defeated Epic's lawsuit, but was required in a 2021 injunction issued by Rogers to let developers include links in their apps directing users to non-Apple payment methods. Come on. All right, I'll have to lower the volume because it's kind of loud. There we go. Okay. Is that music too loud, or is that okay? But was required in a 2021 injunction issued by Rogers to the payments. Okay, cool. Apple allowed the links but adopted new restrictions, including a 27% commission on developers for purchases made on the payment systems outside the App Store within 7 days of clicking a link. Spider, if you want, you can find him. If you click on my followers on my X, you can find him in there. You just have to. I think he goes by the same name on X as well. Lawsuit by Kerry. Okay, I already read all that. Apple allowed the links but adopted new restrictions, including a 27% commission on developers for purchases made on payment systems outside the App Store within 7 days of clicking a link. Commission rates for developers of apps on the App Store can range from 15 to 30%. And that would explain why, for example, if you go on Twitch and you subscribe to your favorite Twitch streamer, it's more expensive to do it through the app on your phone than it is to do it like on a computer, because Apple has to have their cut. And when you do it that way, the subscription actually gets managed by your app store, and you'll have to cancel it like through there. So that's partially why subscribing to things on your phone is more expensive. And actually, I think it's more expensive to subscribe on an iPad than it is on a Google Android device. Because I've done that before, where I've done it on my iPad and on my phone. Because obviously I have an Apple iPad, but I have a Samsung phone, and it's usually about $1 more expensive to subscribe through the Apple product than the Google product. And even that is it's still $1 cheaper still to do it just from your computer as a baseline rather than going through your mobile device. Epic argued that the new 27% commission flouted the earlier injunction in 2025. Rogers found Apple in civil contempt for violating the injunction. The San Francisco-based Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in December upheld the judge's contempt finding, but let Apple make new arguments about what commission it should be allowed to charge for digital goods bought in apps distributed through the App Store, but paid for using a third party. You guys already follow each other. The San Francisco-based... okay. The new effort has not yet begun in the district court in Oakland. And all right, we already heard that one. Skip. As a side note, all of these songs that are playing in the background, I'd made all of these. The new effort has not yet begun in the district court in Oakland. Apple also argued to Supreme Court that the injunction should not be applied to millions of developers beyond Epic Games. But the justice's order indicated the court would not take up that question, and regulators around the world are watching to see what happens. And this is further going into more detail. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the same story. It's exactly the same story. I don't know why it opened twice. Moving on to esports, the World Cup opening in Paris features 2,000 players and a record of $75 million prize pool. The Esports World Cup this year officially got underway in Paris this past Thursday, making the first international edition of the world's biggest esports event, as more than 2,000 players and 200 clubs from over 100. That's a lot of numbers. From over 100 countries gathered for a 7-week spectacle featuring a record-breaking $75 million prize pool. And it was hosted at the Paris Expo, Porte de Versailles. The tournament runs until August 23rd. That is a long time to be staying in Europe, or specifically France. Given all of the crime going on in Paris right now, would you really want to be doing that over there right now? Because I know I wouldn't. The event following the largest qualification program in esports history, with more than 1.5 million players battling through 330 road to EWC tournaments, publisher leagues, and international circuits to secure their place on the gaming's biggest stage. Oh, I got a coughing fit. Unlike traditional esports events that focus solely on individual game champions, the World Cup unique club championship rewards organizations for sustained excellence across multiple titles. A $30 million reward from the total prize pool has been allocated to club championship standings, with defending champions Team Falcon aiming to retain the title after consecutive victories back in 2024 and 2025. Competitive gaming has always had great players, great games, and unforgettable championships. Esports World Cup brings them together in one defining annual stage. The tournament features games like Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Valorant, PUBG, EA Sports FC 26. Oh, the EA Sports thing. Ooh, let me tell you. Let me see if I can bring that up. Speaking of the EA Sports thing. EA Sports. Okay, so this one should irritate everybody. So EA Sports now has started doing live ads in the sporting games. EA's, let's see, where is it? So now they're trying to turn it into like you're playing a massive ad spot, basically, at this point. EA Sports gives brands access to highly engaged sports title audiences at scale. EA builds spaces where players play, watch, and connect with one another, creating participatory experiences. Oh, every time it switches to the stupid video thing, it does this. Okay. So, yeah, EA Sports is starting to put live ads in games. Advertisers can now reach fans through native ad units in select EA Sports games, including digital ad billboards, scoreboards, and brand broadcast overlays. And the ads are dynamically served within the 3D environment with impression measurement aligned to IAB standards for greater targeting and consistency. So if you don't already hate EA games, specifically their sports section, you should now, because they have turned your EA Sports games into a ad orgy at this point. And right now, the games that are involved, or the companies that are involved in this nonsense, is Visa, Lowe's, Red Bull, Xfinity, and Peacock, and Mountain Dew probably being the worst one, because Mountain Dew actually has like a whole stadium and team that they put into these games. So yeah, if you don't hate EA yet, you should now. Chess, Fortnite, Rocket League, Tekken 8, and Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Cristiano Ronaldo, Magnus Carlsen return as ambassadors, adding further star power. Football icons Ronaldo and Carlsen return as global ambassadors, reflecting the tournament ambition to bridge traditional sport and competitive gaming. They're going to demand it, because not only does EA Sports charge you, the gamer, to spend a premium price on said game, but now they're double dipping and charging these companies ad spots in their games to serve you ads. So they are making money at both ends at this point. And at this point, gaming is just getting like super greedy, dude, as far as companies go. Organizers are aiming to make EWC 26 the most widely watched esports tournament in history. I still refuse to call it esports. Video gaming is not a sport, it is an activity. It's like golf and bowling. Oh, not only did I mention it, dude, I did a whole video on it. Like a whole 20-minute video on it. Coverage will be available in over 40 languages, while the tournament's creator program has expanded significantly with 5,000 official co-streamers. And a 42% increase year-on-year expected to bring action to millions of fans. And behind the scenes, the controversial partnership between France and Saudi Arabia. Looks like we are going to get a little political after all. A warm wind from Saudi Arabia is about to sweep through Paris. This summer, the French capital is hosting Esports World Cup, a massive esports tournament created in 2024 and exceptionally relocated due to conflict in the Middle East that is unlikely to spoil the festivities. However, on Wednesday, July 8th, the wealthy Petro Monarchy and its esports foundation pulled out all the stops with an opening ceremony at La Scène Musicale featuring French stars Aya Nakamura, Theodora, and DJ Snake. Those must be local stars. So, the Middle East is just everywhere, man. Absolutely everywhere. It's crazy. Not only are they invading countries, but now they're invading gaming. And it's going to go on for 7 weeks until August 23rd. Players from 84 countries will compete for nearly $75 million across 24 video games. This is a show of strength by Saudi, which only recently became active in the esports and video game industries in just 4 years. Its sovereign wealth fund and companies have multiplied their acquisitions in Europe, America. Oh, look, they own EA Arts. Nice. It explains a lot. Scopely and Asian Moonton firms and investments. Nintendo, Capcom, and Vespa. Alright, dude. Yet while this sudden arrival once sparked fears or even resistance within the small world of competitive video games where it was suspected to be a calculated move dubbed esports washing, those misgivings quickly faded. The French ecosystem now cooperates at full throttle. That's because Macron is in bed with the Middle East. Everybody knows. Whose comments on video games are sometimes far less enthusiastic, but he's enthusiastic when the Middle East gets involved. And I got paywalled again for the end of the article. Of course. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had a cough and then had to get some water. Valve is releasing drivers and notes to make Windows, where the notes say that it's going to make Windows work on Steam hardware, but refuses to completely support it. It tells users it doesn't offer support for Windows on Steam hardware, and the gaming company provides resources as is. So basically, what they're telling everybody is, yeah, you can install Windows on it, but we don't have the drivers to make it necessarily function fully correctly. So do it at your own risk is basically what they're saying. Gamers who find themselves limited by SteamOS capabilities can now more confidently install Windows hardware on their Steam, or install Windows on their Steam hardware, excuse me. Valve just released the Steam hardware Windows resource page on Steam, which contains Windows drivers for the Steam Deck, both the LCD and OLED versions, and the Steam Machine as well. This means that those who want to replace the stock SteamOS with Windows 11 on their device can now do so more easily, and they don't have to hunt around for the internet for drivers just to ensure that all parts and components on their console will play nicely with Windows. Honestly, the SteamOS is the far superior OS anyways, as far as I can tell. Why you would want to sully your Steam devices with Windows is beyond me. In fact, the only thing I'm waiting on to remove myself from Windows entirely is I'm waiting for the full desktop support for the SteamOS. Once SteamOS comes out with the desktop version that works reliably, I'm going to be converting my computer to the SteamOS. The drivers on the page includes those for the APU, the GPU, SD card readers, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and audio, and that all depends on which Steam hardware you're using. However, Valve said we are providing the resources as is, and are unable to offer Windows on Steam hardware support. So basically, it's a DIY job completely. They'll give you the I was mistaken before. They'll give you the resources or the drivers and stuff to do it yourself, but they will not help you fix it if you screw it up. Excuse me. See. If you get stuck and need a way back to find the default SteamOS, please follow these recovery instructions. This is the main reason why Valve refuses to subsidize the Steam machine, since owners can essentially do whatever they want on the living room PC console. Selling one does not automatically guarantee that the company will make back any discounts it offers through game sales. This is why, even though the Steam machine is highly rated for Steam Deck users who want to upgrade to a more powerful device, its relatively high price puts it at a disadvantage compared to competitors like the PlayStation or Xbox. and they're saying that that many gamers would likely prefer the SteamOS over Windows anyway. Saying that things like it's not as bloated. It's unfortunate that the SteamOS doesn't have any dual capabilities at the moment, as that would give gamers the best of both worlds. Unfortunately, yes, it would, but it would also cut your hard drive in half as far as usable space for games. So that's not necessarily the best idea either. All right, so that's the end of the news. All right, so go back here. All right. All right, let me get the game going. I got to change my stream info. Give me 1 second. Oh, so I don't have to, because I just have to change my category. So... Alright, so now we're switching the Twitch over to Echoes of Aincrad, because that is the game we're going to play tonight, is Echoes of Aincrad. Alright, so let me get the game capture page up. Ah, where'd I go? I'm missing. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh. I'm huge, dude. That's better. All right, let me get the game screen set, because it's not proper either. Okay, there we go. So yeah, today we're doing Echoes of Aincrad. It's a new game. And we're going to play it. I played through the tutorial a little bit. So let's... Okay. By the way, I'm stealing your red jacket. Dude! I swear, man. If I had Nikes, you'd steal them too. How's the game music? Is that too loud? Is this too loud or is this okay? Okay. Appreciate that. I'm gonna lower the game volume just a hair. Okay. All right. Like, am I loud enough over the top of it or no? Let me, because in here it's like super loud in my ear. Okay. We'll go there with it. All right. So, I don't know if any of you guys are interested in this game. We're going to start a new game. So, I know I always like make fun of people that pre-order the game, and technically I did pre-order it, but I bought it like 2 hours before it went live. I'm louder than the game. Good. So those of you that are fans of the anime will recognize all of this stuff that's going on right now. Alright, so we give our name, and we're gonna goof with it because of the mode that I want to play. Still pre-ordered. Yeah, I know, but it was only 2 hours. It was only 2 hours. And I had to get it prepped and ready for tonight. So we're going to go with normal. Yes. And this is why I wanted to start a new character, because we're going to play Death Game. So with this version, with Death Game, if you die, like in the anime, you lose all of your shit and you have to start over from the beginning. So we're going to do Death Game. Once you begin the game, you cannot change your selected mode. While this mode delivers non-stop pulse pound in combat, please read on to ensure your survival before tackling. Yeah, I'm good with it. One shot. Yeah. Do I wish to skip the tutorial? No, don't skip. We're going to do this whole thing all the way through. Gosh darn it. So I have arrived. Well, I appreciate you arriving, my dude. Are you going to stalk the other spots as well? Don't die in the tutorial. I don't plan on it. But this game so far is very much like the anime, as far as like a lot of the environment and stuff. Okay, fair enough. Your stream fell through. They actually reference the anime characters a bit too. I wish that that this game was MMO, and it is not, unfortunately. Lurk and watch. Oh, I appreciate it. And since you're living in a game right now, why would you use your real name anyway? Yeah, and they also dropped the ball, I think, not making it VR. If they'd have made it like a true VR MMO, dude, I think I would have broken my rule and like pre-ordered a week in advance. And as far as the language goes, because I'm a boomer, I picked the Japanese language for the game. It gave me the option, but I wanted the Japanese spoken while looking at the English translations. Call it being faithful to the source material, I guess. Haha, one shot. Don't mind me, I'm just a little loot goblin.
こっちはもうすぐ扉に着くぞ。
ねえねえ、聞いてよ。隠し部屋を見つけたのにもう荒らされてた。サイズ君の情報微妙だよね。ここはまだ誰も来てないってデモじゃん。
そこまでは言ってないでしょう。たどり着いた人が少ないことに聞いてくれ。ハイエルフの遺産が一体何だったか知らないんですか。
Oh, I got both of them? That's cool. I got a twofer on that one.
遺産は絶対もらう。デバイス君、その遺産って奥にあるんだよね。
はい。伝承通りなら守護者が守ってるはず。この辺はコボルドばかりだから、おそらくはその親玉かと。
2 for 1 special, yep.
急ぐぞ。
Jupool would be proud of me for that one. I got a 2 for 1 special. Gimme. So there's always a reason to do the tutorial in this game because it gives you like all this stuff that's used for crafting. So you don't want to miss out on the crafting goods. Hackle maxing. Pretty much. It's still really loud, so give me 1 second. There we go. Oh, let me show you something else about the menu. So this took me forever. You can't log out of the game.
こっちは着きました。いやー、この扉だけでも迫力ありますね。
待ちきれない。私、先の様子見てくるね。
さあ、勝手に扉開けて行っちゃいました。
Yeah, there's no logging out in this game. So it's very accurate to the anime in that way. And it honestly, it took me like 10 minutes of being irritated before I finally figured out how to actually quit the game. I gotta go to work. Honestly, this was after I got home yesterday, but I figured it out. But I had to search online, and I had to search for it online and try to figure it out. Hello, boss. I can't come to work. I'm trapped in my PlayStation. Honestly, if this game was actually really VR, there is a real possibility that some people might think that. Bro, the way That would suck. Imagine. Right? Exactly. Okay, got all that stuff. Oopsie daisy. Alright. Running alone, running alone. Parkour! Hardcore parkour! Still better than the first Assassin's Creed. Actually, this all kind of reminds me of like the Legend of Zelda games, running around crashing barrels and stuff. Okay, here we go. Dude, you know that boy? He's dead. Although not first assassin. Really, you think so? Because I always found it really hard to run and jump in a straight line in the first Assassin's Creed. Black Flag, I would agree. But, the first one, no. The first one, the parkour was ass. It's a script. This is scripted now. By today's standards, yeah, that's fair. Well, I think the first one had by far the worst parkour of all of them. And then they just steadily got better. Look at this guy not helping at all. What an a-hole, man. Oh, now he jumps in. Ay, ay, ay. And since I'm in death game mode, you gotta have his hero moment, right? Exactly. Since I'm in death game mode, I'm gonna let him actually help me out. Yes. I don't think it matters what you answer, because he kind of says the same thing regardless.
違うかこっちはソロでやってるんだがまあニュービーを見捨てていくのも主義じゃないこのまま先を目指すってんなら一緒に行かないかもちろん遺産は山分けってことで
I'm gonna let him travel with me because I don't want to die in the tutorial. not looking for that.
俺はイオリだよろしく
よろしく
さて残り時間も少ないからな気を引き締めてお宝ゲットだおっとその前にもし HP が減ってたら回復しておいた方がいいぞ回復結晶は持ってるよな
The number of available healing crystals is indicated by the plus sign.
まあこのダンジョンをクリアするまでは危なくなったら俺の結晶で回復してやるから安心しろ
So making fun of you if you die in a tutorial? Fair. That's fair. I would too, honestly. And on normal mode, I definitely would make fun of me too, honestly. How much was this game? How much did I spend? I got it on Fanatical or whatever it was, and it was like $60, 65. Or no, the I got the middle edition, so it was like I think it was like 70 something bucks. To DSP Kai. Why? Why would I change my name to DSP Kai? I don't get it. Here, you know what?
メインメニューのチュートリアルから確認できるぞ。わからなくなったら確認するといい。
Alright, give me 1 second and I'll look it up real quick. I'll tell you how much it is. Steam. Come on. Echoes of Aincrad. The base version is $70. The middle edition is $90, and the ultimate edition is $109. But if you buy it on like Fanatical, it's at a discount. I think I paid like $70 something for the deluxe edition. If I died in a tutorial. I still don't get what does that have to do with DSP. What is DSP Kai? Oh wait, is that the juicy tip guy? What's his actual name? Is it just DSP or is it the that's the juicy tip guy, right? Yeah, it's him. Okay. The guy that begs harder than Frogan. Looking for her next cheeseburger. Oh, his name is actually Darkside Phil. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought his name was just DSP. When you were talking about DSP.
Heavy attack は使ってるかヘビーアタックはライトアタックより威力があるがその分隙もある相手の HP が減ってきてもう少しで削り切れそうな時なんかに使えば効率よく敵をこれは手を出さず見てる
Or you could just hit him with the one-hit kill.
俺たちなら余裕だな
Alright, here we go. Make sure I'm not leaving anything behind. Okay, good, I'm not. This guy is like being less than helpful right now, but he'll be helpful later. Okay. Alright, let's see. I got all that. I'm gonna have to use that, dude. That's pretty funny. Oh, that's funny. You got auto modded? Did you really? Let me see. Why? That's funny. I don't know what. That's so weird. Oh, because you were advertising something, probably, even though it was my own stuff. That'll teach you to be funny. Honestly, I saw that pop up and I'm like, wait a minute, when did my auto advert change? Because I was like, wait a minute, it never says anything about a nice juicy tip. But that's funny, I will probably copy that and use that in my... I'll probably copy that later, because that's pretty damn funny. Ugh. Sword skills. Powerful weapon techniques consume SP. Press right bumper, right trigger, plus A, while holding down the left trigger. So, left trigger, right bumper. Okay. I don't advertise shit even on my own. Oh man. So I don't usually either, other than like the things that I have that in the corners, and then the Autobot that occasionally is supposed to be sending out periodic messages. Alright. Let's have a look at this treasure chest. Ooh, healing potion.
ポーションか。冒険者必須のお供ってやつだな。ところで、あんたの仲間だが何人かいたんだよな。
So basically, if I jump off of there, it'll be game over.
いや、勘違いしないでくれ。あんたの仲間が弱いって言ってるんじゃない。
Honestly, it's the best way. So that way you don't have to keep doing like ad reads like Pixel does. Because I know he does ad reads occasionally for his stuff. And with the Autobot, you don't have to.
Oh. おっと、またこぼるのか。集中していこう。数が多いな。そろそろ見てるだけってわけにもいかんな。俺もやるぞ。こうしてほしいってのがあったら遠慮なく言ってくれ。
Okay, however, you can speed up the process by approaching them and press X. Only bring one partner on a quest. If incapacitated partners will automatically revive after some time has passed. However, you can speed up the process by approaching them and holding X. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Got it. Got it. Dude, that guy was useless. But he cut down a whole bunch of these guys, so maybe he's not so useless. I just wait on a funny moment. You know what? That kind of makes me want to set up a command later on that's like exclamation point juicy tip, and it'll spit out like all of my ads. Sakura's father. Press left bumper just before an enemy attack. Parry slash. Press E. Or press X within a set time after a successful parry will trigger a follow-up attack by your partner. Enemies hit by parry slash wall should be greatly staggered.
他にもマーカーがついた敵の攻撃に対して発動させるスラッシュもあるぞ。機会があったらやってみようぜ。
Deals high damage when a blue ring appears. Press X with the right timing. Those are hard to do. And that X button does a lot of heavy lifting in this game. Known as the useless character. You know, he actually does become a little helpful later on. So he's not wholly useless. See, kind of useful.
やっぱり俺たち相性バッチリだな。 宝箱開けるだろ
Do it and make that command. It'll be on my project list to do tonight. Running. Do a lot of running in this part of the game, and this is all the tutorial. Parkour! Yeah, cardio. I don't know a lot of Japanese, but I understand safety area. So when I was playing the last time, when I was first trying to figure out the tutorial and stuff, I tried to leave at this point. This is when I figured out that you couldn't actually just log out. And you would think that, hey, this is a save point. You can just log out here. So that's when I went into the menu. In fact, that was actually the first thing I did, was to see if they didn't put the logout in there. And they did, and it does, now that you're in a safety area, you can't log out. And since we're here, and I'm not ready to quit yet, but I will just show you how to log out of this game if you guys do decide to get it. You have to go to settings, and then you have to go all the way over here to end game, and you have to click return to title screen or quit game. And that's how you exit the game. Because you can't just, log out. That took me, from the time that I first tried to quit playing yesterday to the time that I actually quit playing, it was probably 2 hours, and I still had to go online to figure it out. Support skills. To activate, left trigger X. Why didn't they do that in the anime? Because in the anime it was a literal death game. You weren't supposed to survive necessarily. And this boss fight is where this guy actually becomes useful.
Hey! こいつはなかなか珍しいな。あんたは何か手に入った？
Oh boy, here we go.
まだ前がいたか。どうしたんだ？
あっちにすごく強いやつが。あれ、親玉かも。
親玉？
全然歯が立たなくて、私は逃げれたんだけど、みんな死にかけてて。お願い、みんなを助けて。
Oh boy.
任せろ。
ありがとう。
急ごう。
You know, sometimes I hear things like that and I'm like, oh, Japanese is so hard to learn. And then you hear like some of the rest of the stuff and you're like, why is it impossible to learn to speak this language? Like, Isogo is pretty easy. And then you hear some of the other stuff that this Iori guy says and you're like, what in the world did he just say?
ここまで来てそりゃないか。この世界では弱いやつはやられる。それだけだ。シンプルでいい。今のうちに回復しておけよ。責任は取れない。
So the stuff that I'm picking up off the ground, it's all crafting materials, and you'll want to pick those up as you play through this. Because crafting stuff is free, and you don't have to spend money on the items that you can craft it otherwise. So now we're searching for the pink-haired girl's party. Try to see Japanese songs, and I go see how to pronounce the words that I'm like. Yeah. Right? And another cool thing is that you can teleport in between safety zones. So if I wanted to, I could teleport back to the previous safety zone. But there's no actual reason to, so we're not going to. Okay. Oh, can't go that way. Guess we gotta go this way. I got turned around. Okay, nothing here.
あそこか？いかにもだな。何が出たってやるだけ。遺産が楽しみだ。
But yeah, so this is come on. Oh.
彼女は生き残りか?
This is not gonna go well. Stop hiding behind me, dude. You're bigger than me. You should be out in front. The hell you think this is, dude?
私は。
あんたの仲間に聞いてきた。他のやつは？そうか。ところで敵は？親玉はどこに？
それより薬はないの？
Short people first. You know what? As a tall person myself, I agree. Short people in front. It works in pictures and it works in fighting. Dude, that guy's got a heck of a forearm to block that giant hammer.
いだろ。システムが許してんだからさ。
まさかお前ら。
Well, I mean, if the short people are, you wouldn't want short people or tall people standing in front of the archers. So.
許されることじゃないぞ。
ごめん、七星さん。外しちゃった。でもこいつらゴーレム倒してたし、いいもの持ってるかもです。リスクを冒すことはないわ。あれにもがっかりしたけど、まあ稼げたし。アイテムも取れた。
Are you saying that kill you one way or the other? Is that what you're saying?
お前らはこいつと遊んでな。
She's gonna use the floor boss or the dungeon boss to kill me.
何しやがった。おい。
そっちの子は好みかな。また会えたら頭を撫でてやるよ。もう七星さん。でもそうなったら私がその頭を潰してあげるね。
That's quite the hammer hit.
じゃあね。
待て。
That reminds me, I have a music lesson tomorrow.
いう汚い連中。虫唾が走る。
Oh. He should look familiar.
こいつが親玉か。倒すぞ。他に道はない。ここで勝ってこそだろうな。
より
任せろ。回復エリア張るぞ。
Ah, that's not what I wanted.
分かった。一緒に行くぞ。任せてくれ。攻め続けろ。ここでやらなきゃな。攻めるぞ。
And that's why he's helpful, because he keeps me from dying. There we go, jeez.
今ならいける。攻撃だ。
Come on! Jeez Louise! What are you doing? That's annoying. Come on.
よしソロだったらやられてたよ。あんたがいてよかった。
I hate how your character never speaks in this game.
本当に最低だ。あんたの仲間はきっと PK でとにかく災難だったな。なんだ
Decapitation. Yep. It might. Oh, you didn't do all caps, so it won't time you out for that.
生体樹の記憶？これどうやって使うんだ？武器や防具を期待してたのによくわからない結晶なんて。あ、でも本番でわかるかもな。まあいい。まずはここを出よう。あそこから行けないか。
Yeah. Just let me pick up my loot, man. There we go. I need all my goodies.
それにしても何もかもが恐ろしくリアルだな。さっきの戦いだって本当に死ぬかと思った。実際初めてやられた時は動悸や冷や汗が止まらなかったよ。でもそう思うのは生きてるって感じてるからだろうな。
This dude is constantly behind me.
大物を倒して宝を見つけて。
Wait, am I supposed to do something with that shrine? Because it's still kind of glowing. I never interacted with it last time, so I'm going to interact with it this time. I hate that it makes me walk this slow.
やっぱりパーティーの方が有利だもんな。あんたの仲間たちだってもうとっくに死に戻ってるだろう。後で連絡してみたらどうだ。しかしいやらしいクエストだったな。ハイエルフの遺跡は他にもあるらしいが。
Sword our booty warrior. Okay, so there's nothing here. It's just telling me the way out. So I did all that slow walking for nothing.
カルって名前だ。スミレ色の装備がトレードマークで剣技が凄まじいらしい。あとソロといえば最強って噂のキリとか。
Oh, there he is, the goat.
発想まで進んだって。ここには来てないようだがメジャーなクエストは全部クリアしてたっぽい。今回はたった1000人なのにいろんなやつがいるもんだ。
Dude, that guy talked forever.
Oh, 見ろ、宝箱だぞ。
Find a way out of this path. Right? Dude, the game is absolutely huge. They don't need to pad the tutorial. And honestly, other than, you know, giving you some extra loot, there's nothing else to do in this dungeon except run outside. Also, as a heads up, you cannot swim in this game. You're more than welcome to ask me how I figured that out.
よかったら フレンド登録しないか。さっきも言ったけど、俺は別にソロプレイがしたかったわけじゃない。
Wrong anime, dude. Wrong anime.
ただ俺、熱中すると本気になりすぎるとこがあって。
Although that is a pretty good anime.
遊びなんだからって惹かれたり、意見が合わなかったり、真剣にやるほど惹かれて、メッセージをブロックされて、フレンドも外されて。でも、あんたとはいい感じでプレイできた。もっと早く出会えてたら、なんて思ったよ。だからぜひ、フレンド登録してほしい。
And yeah, I'm not gonna not take the free help. That would be foolish.
これでまた一緒に冒険できるな。何かあればいつでも呼び出してくれ。さあ、そこのターミナルがゴールだ。起動させよう。
So if you're gonna play death game or death game mode, do not try to go for a swim. It won't work. And there is fall damage. So, no swimming and no jumping off of super high cliffs. You see what I mean, dude? This game is huge. And that's largely all map, as far as I can tell, anyway.
それはきっとこの世界そのものが生きてるから。時間がもったいないし帰ろう。ベータテスト終了まであと少し。それまでは目いっぱい堪能するつもりだ。このアインクラッドをさ。
I mean, it's a hell of an intro. Like, see, even the quest clears are the same as the anime, which I think is pretty freaking cool, too. Ooh, I'm level 2. Right? Dude, I think I might just get sucked into this game. And this is the part that I wish was MMO. If nothing else, I wish the towns were MMO. I think you might still be able to download the demo. The demo is free, so you might still be able to do the demo.
どんなものかと期待して入ったら想像を超えてた。ナーブギアが脳幹とリンクしてるからかな。今までの VR とはリアルさが桁違いだ。ほら、みんな夢中だよ。
もうこんな時間か。課題やってないし落ちなきゃ。
私も。でも最後にもう一つクエやらない？
祖母が青イノシシに襲われて怪我をして5体退治してもらえませんか？任せてくれ。ありがとう。待ってます。
正式サービスが始まったらプレイヤーは1万人になるって話だ。賑やかになるだろうし、実装エリアも増えて熱くなるぞ。ところで遺跡でいろいろアイテムを入手したよな。一度整理した。
Honestly, if this game released for VR, I would stop streaming it because I can't get my VR Oh no, I wasn't paying attention.
だったら穴場がある。おすすめの宿なんだが。
Oh, it's the hotel question. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Because I can't figure out how to get my VR headset to stream properly, I would just stop streaming this and I would just play it myself all the time. And just give you guys like periodic updates. I mean, this is just the starting town, dude. Look how huge this is. Here, give you an idea how big the town is. So the starting town itself is not all that huge, and I have not gone beyond the town of beginnings.
?1 階は酒場で2階が客室。いかにも冒険者の宿って感じでワクワクするだろ。一人泊まれる？
ちょうど一部屋残ってるわ。2階に上がってすぐ手前の部屋よ。
よかったな。空いてたぞ。2階だ。チェックインしてこいよ。机の上にあるオーブに触るだけで OK だ。
So this is your, like, your chest of stuff, and anything that you find will go here. Alright, we're gonna need... For the sword that I want to use, we're gonna need this. Vitality is always a good idea because it increases your health. And stamina. Always a good idea. Okay. So go back, we'll go to equipment. And all of your weapons will have some kind of special effects on it. Walk through the warehouse. Alright, dude. But I want... Oh, I would take this bigger sword, but it doesn't have any of the stuff that I need attached to it. So I'll stick with this sword for now. Jacket. Okay, we're proto on everything, I guess. Okay. Check our partner's gear. He should have a decent weapon too. So we'll give him that one. Okay. Alright, so we'll give him those. Okay. Let's check our database here. Mostly because having exclamation points bothers me. Why do I smell spicy ramen all of a sudden? I didn't have any for dinner, so that's weird. I think my nose is broke. Oh boy.
ここに入るのを見かけて追いかけてきたんです。
Sorry we died.
ごめんね。てか聞いてよ。私ら PK されたの七星ってプレイヤー。
あの人確か炎上系のゲーム実況者ですよ。
Despicable streamers. I hope I'm not a despicable streamer. That would be disappointing. So what do the rest of you guys think of this game so far?
でも本当にすみません。パーティー組んだばっかりだったのに一人にさせちゃって。
パーティーメンバーか。
Are these your party members? Yes, yes they are.
サーユだよ。
僕はワイズマンです。あなたは？
イオリだ。あんたらがやられた後、彼と偶然出会った。
じゃあ、あなたも PK されちゃった？
いや、俺らはしのいだ。
すごいですね。
逆に捕まえようとしたんだが、逃げられてな。
捕まえようとした？
嘘でしょ？
本当だ。遺跡もクリアしたし。
はあ？
二人で？
Just the two of you? It doesn't seem possible. It's very possible, I promise.
言われてもなあ。
すっご。
初心者なのに素質あるんですね。
つか、それじゃあリーダーぶってたクラーク恥ずかしすぎじゃん。あ、彼ね、ベータテストはもうできないんだって。急な仕事が入ったって落ちちゃってさ。すまなそうにしてたけどデートもしばらく無理だって。
社会人って辛いですね。
でも正式サービス初日には絶対戻る。
Part of me thinks that
七星たちにやられっぱなしじゃ終われない。
they are waiting for something before they actually kick this off as an MMO portion of the game, because they're keeping pretty close to the storyline as it happens, because they're calling this the beta test portion before the anime kicks off. Talking about how Kirito made it to the 8th floor by himself during the beta test, which is what they say in the anime. So, part of me wonders if they're waiting for a certain number of players to buy the game, and then they turn it into a like an MMO, or they turn it to VR. And they do have a DLC coming out like around Christmas time, which probably will be the Saint Nick event from the anime as well.
まずは鍛冶屋だな。その装備、ベータ当選の特典だろ。まあ強いが、だからこそ俺的には初心者にはおすすめできない。本来の実力以上のものがあると錯覚しちまうっていうか、どんなゲームにも初心者向きってのがあるからな。ここは始まりの街だけあって、そういう装備も手に入りやすい。まあ魔法のない SAO じゃ何はともあれ武器と防具に気を使えってわけだ。ついてきてくれ。
Oh, now this dude wants to take the lead. What the heck, man?
ここが鍛冶屋だ。装備品は集めた素材でクラフトするかクエストで手に入れるしかない。話しかけてみな。
All right, let's see what the smithy can do for me.
お、あんた地上人だね。広いこの町。
All right, let's do some synthesising. Oh, these weapons don't do anything. Okay, I can't synthesize squat. But I can sell these two. What can we craft? Okay, those are all worse than what I've got, so we'll not be crafting a weapon. Oh, I don't have any crude weapon fragments. Okay, okay, so I can craft everything but a weapon. Alright, so... Cool. We'll equip that. We've got some gloves. Create some pants. And I don't have anything to make a shield, and that's okay. What if we tried to upgrade? Oh, Alright, mine is the base. Plus that one. Plus that one. Confirm choices. Sweet. All right. And I can't sell any of those. That's okay. And now this guy is going to walk me somewhere else now, I bet.
どうだった？特に武器の強化と合成は強くなるためには絶対に欠かせない。よく覚えておくといいぞ。次は道具屋に行こう。こっちだ。
Alright, now he's taking me to the item guy. You missed me going to the smithy and buying some new armor. That's about it.
高価だが冒険に役立つものばかりだぞ。また話しかけてみな。
He's just walking me through town. Nothing major. This guy teaches you how to, or this guy will craft stuff for you.
新人さんだね。地上人の冒険者には毎度世話になってる。うちはあちこちに店出してるんで、これからも末永くごひいきに。さあ、何にする？
So this is what I was talking about with the crafting is actually better than selling or better than buying because you can just craft nearly anything that you have the items for. Wait, how many can I carry? I can only carry 5, so... So these throwing stones, they're just rocks as far as I know. Bro, I gotta flex my wallet? What do you mean? Why? Why would you flex your wallet when you can just craft things? Oh, I guess it does cost to craft. Wait, how many of these can I carry? 5, and I have 1 already, so... Oh, it doesn't actually craft. Or cost money. Alright, how many? 5, and I have 1, so I can craft 4. But I don't have enough, so... Oh, it does cost. I wish it would, like... Okay. And I think that's all... Okay. So we can buy items, but there's really no need. And we can sell things. But that's really stupid to do that. Why buy when you can craft and it's cheaper?
また来てくれな。
And also, your weapon that you use in the game also determines what you learn and the skills you can use. So like if you run through half the game using a short sword and a shield, you'll learn all of those skills, but then you won't be able to learn the other weapon skills.
ついでに便利な機能も教えとく。街の中でこのコマンドを使えば瞬時にお目当ての施設まで移動できるんだ。やってみな。
I want to do an experiment with my death game guy and see if I get my speed up fast enough if it'll let me unlock the dual wielding skill. Because I think that would be cool to run around with 2 swords. Slice and dice. Yep, we're getting to the point where we're about to do our first actual quest rather than just the tutorial mission.
クエストはここから出発する。実はやりかけのクエストがあるんだ。それで試してみないか。よし、それじゃあ。今クエストにあんたを登録した。準備が良ければターミナルにアクセスし、俺の依頼を受けてみてくれ。
And this is why actually I pre-ordered the game is so I could get these elucidator weapon. It's stupid, I know, and it doesn't actually do anything.
と、まあこんな感じだな。ここからはクエストエリアだ。
So I'm going to bring up the mini-map for this quest, and you can see how big just the map is for just this quest.
それじゃあ今回の目的だが、早速
The game's not exactly open world, like you, at least for right now, you can't just wander into different areas. At least not while you're on a quest. I haven't tried just going out of town.
よし、出発だ。
So here's how big the map is just for this quest area. It's not open world, but it's still pretty huge.
So だ、ミニマップを見てみろ。何も映ってないだろう。フィールドではマッピングをしないとマップ
That's what she
が見
said.
られない。マッピングはそのエリアにあるセーフティーエリアをアクティベートすれば自動でされる。未開のエリアじゃセーフティーエリアの目印は青い光の柱だけ。
So what he's saying is the safety area is indicated by a blue spire and
道が敷かれていることがある。それをたどればいずれはって感じだな。さあ、そろそろ集中していこう。
Yeah, the blue pillars are safety areas, and finding the safety areas will open up the shrouded areas of the minimap. Is basically what he was talking about. All right, dude. Have a good night. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Yeah, he's acting like it isn't Friday right now. So you see that? Never mind. For an NPC, he's pretty beast, dude. Of course, I did give him a boosted weapon, so he doesn't have the excuse of being under-equipped. I'm basically running around here looking for chests. Oh, train's going by. I can hear it. Yeah, see, I've reached the edge of the quest map, so.
問題ない相手だ。確実に行こう。
It's talking about that floating island. So yeah, if I jump in there, I die. And in all likelihood, if I jump off this cliff, I'll die. Why is he acting like he did anything this time? Okay.
俺たちなら余裕だな。
All right, let's see. All right, let's just hit that, and then we'll get the treasure chest later, rather than running around at random. But I do want to just kill some pigs. I'll tell you, I don't like how most of the NPCs are just kind of like there. And you can't like truly like really interact with them. Who spent money on the audio? Yeah, right? Dude, I love the sound in this game. It's awesome. I don't think that they could have done a better job with it.
おい、見てみろ。あそこに青い光が立ち上ってるだろ。あの光の根元にセーフティーエリアがあるんだ。もう一息だぞ。頑張ろう。これで片付いたな。終わったな。
There's gonna come a time where that trick doesn't work. Dude, he just attacks everything. You're welcome for your experience and your enjoying your car's audio. Oh, there's a wolf. Oh, oh, who? Yeah, there's going to come a time when that's going to not work anymore. Whew, indeed. AAA featured stream, right? Or at least the audio quality anyway, right? I love that when you're entering a new area and it just does like this like VR kind of display. I think that's freaking cool. Yeah, see, there's a lot of chests, and now we have to go back and get them all. And the fastest way is to go back here and run this line again. Oh, I didn't want to set it as a beacon. So this is what the teleport does. Obviously, it teleports you. Alright, so now let's set the first one here. Right? That's what I've been saying, dude. I think they screwed up by not making it at least VR supported. So that way you could get the non-VR owners to play it on their computers, and then the VR owners can play it the authentic way. Dude, can you imagine have to do sword skills with your hands in VR? Like you have to hold certain body positions? Dude, that would rock. I think it not being VR is a really huge missed opportunity. Heart sinking when you can't log out. Yeah, you have to navigate the menu the hard way. God, that would suck so hard. Oh, dude, if I was in a VR game and I couldn't just log out. Oh, can you imagine if you had to just to get out of the VR game? If this game in VR, you had to remove your headset, and that's the only way. God, can you imagine? The logout button doesn't work, but you have to remove your headset. Oh, man. That would suck so hard. That thing nearly killed me. It's the anime from hell. Right? Oh, I'm paralyzed. No. I'm gonna stand in here and heal up for a bit. So you see my weapon proficiency went up. So that'll happen in the game too. The more you use a specific weapon, the more your proficiency will go up and you'll do more damage with it. Normally I would just jump off the cliff, but that will kill me. And I ain't trying to die. On to the next one. Got to die hard. That's a movie. On to the next.
任せろ。こういうのが地味に生きる。
Dude, this death game mode is yeah, I saw. This death game mode is rather ridiculous with oh, it's up there. Tag on it. You gotta really watch your health in death game mode. Like, I'm like obsessing over it, dude. So if you decide to start playing it, that running spin move, that move is simply just running forward and hitting the, for me it's the right trigger button. I don't know if you're going to use a keyboard or a controller. But it's your heavy attack button while you're moving. What? Okay, I opened it. Why is it still... Oh, right. Okay, now let's run and grab that one. Where is it? Oh, back up this way. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, another crystal. Nice. Now we can head for the next safety area. Actually, we've already got the safety area. We can just grab these chests. Especially if I do permadeath, right? It's just so much easier to play when you have a controller for a lot of games. Now, there are some games that I won't use a controller for, like a game called Crab Champions. For that one, I'll use a mouse and keyboard because it's literally just like 4 or 5 buttons. Dude. Like, what is he doing? He just like ran off the cliff. I will let you in on a little secret with the permadeath thing. You do have to at least play through the tutorial on a normal file. At least that far. Before you can unlock death game mode, and then you can do like a second file that's death game mode. Ooh! Said it again. Kicked you. Really? It kicked you? Oh, did the app go pear-shaped? To unlock death game mode, you have to play through the tutorial on a standard file. And then it'll let you play the, it'll let you start another file doing the death game mode, but you'll have to quit to title screen and do that whole nonsense again. How did he get up there and I couldn't? That's bull. Yeah, you have to go through the whole tutorial and get walked through the town of beginnings before it'll let you do the death game thing. Ooh, he dropped money. Okay, so I gotta get back up and run around. So we may as well grab that one first, since it's right there. This is only a problem because I'm such a loot goblin. If I really wasn't that worried about, you know, gathering up as much loot as possible, this wouldn't be a problem. And your custom waypoints are all color-coded, and you can set multiple waypoints. You can set at least 3 that I know of. Okay, let's see if I can get this one. Oh, it's up on a cliff. Why is he always cheering? Okay, please don't. Ah! You mean to tell me I can't get this? Do I have to come back out here and just explore to get that chest? Oh, that's gonna suck. Well, let's grab the safe area. at all that bacon. Bringing home the bacon. You know, these starter pigs are bigger in this game than they are in the anime. Because in the anime, the pigs are no bigger than a standard wild boar. Okay. Oh, that was bad timing. Standard mode, regular size, permadeath mode, you get king size. No, actually, in the standard mode, they're this big too. You get no relief. Okay, yeah, that bridge is out of bounds. Okay. Alright, and with this, we'll find out where the treasure chests are in this area. I walked right by one, are you kidding me? I walked by a whole bunch. All right, let's start with this bad boy. I wonder if the town of, you know, here's what I'm thinking, because I haven't gotten past the town of beginnings. I'm wondering if the town of beginnings isn't single player. Oh wait, no, you know what? I looked it up. The whole game is single player. I was gonna say it'd be interesting if like just the town of beginnings part was single player, but the whole game is single player. Double bosses? That's not fair. This game is no shit trying to kill me. Really, while I'm opening a chest? Not cool, bro. I think you're rooting for me to die. If I didn't know any better. Oh, can't go that way. Why is it you want me to die so much?
問題ない相手だ。確実に行こう。終わったな。
Okay, you know what? No, I'm switching it. We're going... Okay, so that one actually is... Okay. This is not the way I wanted to go. That's the way I wanted to go. Turns out there was another fork up here that I should have taken instead. Man, this game just ambushes you. Just like constantly. Sweet. More growth points. I like it. Rokai must die mode. Pretty much, dude. That is kind of how this is feeling, because regular mode wasn't this aggressive. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was pretty darn aggressive, it just wasn't this aggressive. And I'm playing on the same difficulty standard of, like, standard.
ガーディアンが出るぞ。慎重に行こう。
All right, bro. I gotta head out. Have a good stream. Oh, I'm about to stop here as soon as I clear this arc, because I'm kind of tired. But yeah, I'll see you, dude. Oh no, I died! I died! No! 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 Oh well. Son of a bitch. Damn it! Oh, that sucks. I want to see if it was actually deleted though. Yep, it's gone. Oh, it's gone. All right, everybody. You got to see me die. At least it was early on in the game and I didn't lose out on much. But let me see. Let's try. Oh, no, don't have enough people for a raid. Maybe I can do it on here. No, it appears not. All right, well, you guys all have a good night. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Until then.